This is Steve Ridgel, and yes, I'm sitting in my house with a toboggan on and my jacket. I've been outside, and you can just tell from this, it's cold out here today in West Texas. In fact, it's cold enough. I had to do some stuff around the ranch, and I didn't even I didn't ride the mule. I drove my pickup because it's just it was too cold. Now, maybe I'm old, maybe I got thin blood, but high 20s is cold for me. And so I'm sitting here. So when people say, I wish you do more videos outside, I'm like, when spring gets here or summer, maybe I will. So I tell you what I wanted to visit about a little bit today. Most of you that watch this channel know that our daughter and her family lost their house in a fire, everything they owned. My granddaughter Avery got maybe a box full of stuff, maybe, out of her room, and it was the least damaged of all of them. Julie got very little. Tim got almost nothing of his, and Jake lost everything. The only thing my grandson saved was a little wooden elephant that I brought back from a trip to Africa, and he was glad to have that, but he lost everything. They did find a few more things. They had an armoire that looked like it was not too badly damaged. It was right in the middle of everything, kind of, but it had a lot of roof cave-in on it and damage around it. We couldn't really get to it. But my grandson Jake went back one day, probably shouldn't have, but moved everything, dug around, and found some things inside it. Pictures and CDs with pictures and things that meant a lot to my daughter, so that was precious and sweet. But as they've gone through all this, realizing that the house they lived in is gone. And then they came out to the ranch for a while. Then they got them a hotel, kind of a suite they could stay in, pretty crowded, but at least closer for school and those kind of things. And then they got a rent house. Still wasn't theirs, but another house. And now that I don't think they're going to build, now I think they're looking at buying a house. And so as they go through all of that, and I've watched that, you know what dawned on me? They lost a house. They didn't lose a home. All four of them got out. Dogs even got out. Home's your people. It is. A lot of times built around your blood family, but sometimes your home's bigger than your blood family, and sometimes church is your home. And as we've watched the people that have helped our kids, boy, a lot of them are really family. They're friends who became family, and they are. Helped us. We all the way back to people that helped us raise our kids. It's just been truly amazing. But as I've watched them go from no place to live, to ranch, to hotel, to rent house, to trying to find a house that's their permanent house for a while, it dawned on me, they just lost a house. That's what they lost. The thing that their home was made in. And then their home moved to the ranch, and then their home moved to a rent house, and a hotel, then to a rent house. And because home's your people. Mom, dad, kids, home's your people. Whatever your people looks like. Maybe a grandparent there, maybe roommates. I don't know what your home looks like, but I do know this. Home is people, house is things. And we hate that they lost so many things in the fire. That's hard, and it's emotional and still teary. But I'm really thankful more than anything that God made a home. And that home can't be touched by fire here. And that means everything. So they'll get another house. They don't have to get another home. They've got that. So this is Steve Ridgel. I encourage you to remember, home's what matters, not the house.